Hi everyone, I want to share my thoughts about Curriculum 21, and I really am challenged by this just because it really just solidifies the difference between just incorporating technology and truly replacing our methods of education with that technology, not just putting a worksheet into a Google Classroom or onto an iPad. We're really embracing technology for its greater purpose and the real tool that it can be, not just incorporating just for our t-test assessment. And so I want to start with Jacob's thoughts on Curriculum 21, where she shares that we must aggressively cultivate a culture that nurtures creativity in all of our learners. And I really think that when we embrace the tool that technology is and how it truly can transform education, we really have to focus on the creativity that technology can help our kids develop and just keep pushing them forward, because we know that our kids can find information in a variety of ways, and just we are in an instant information overload in our society. But we've got to teach kids to both think creatively, artistically, and also as problem solvers, both in their academic skills, but also in their life skills, socially and emotionally, how to manage those things with other classmates and even within themselves to solve problems and really think through those. I love the thoughts about the book. And I think this is where we kind of get a little bit nervous. It's easy to drop in a video or use iPads for just some interaction, maybe in a Nearpod or on something on Google Classroom. But I think where it shares that we must begin with assessment. And we know that that's probably a greater problem, because we know at this point putting the star on an iPad or on a Chromebook is not going to change. But as in a classroom where we have a little more control, we want to consider that assessment cannot just be putting our test on an iPad, but really embracing the thought that we should be assessing learning, and that creativity, we should be assessing those problem-solving skills and that creativity, not just that input of information, because we know our kids live in a new world where it's not just about input of information from a classroom lecture to output, putting answers on a multiple choice test or even a short answer test, but we want to really transform that learning, and we can start with assessment. And the final piece that I just thought was super enlightening is the habits of mind. And I love that it talks about how it has to start from the very top, the leadership, all the way down to the classroom. It has to be a full system change, and we truly have to change how we think about education. And I love, as far as some barriers, it mentions helping students managing impulsivity, because even though we we don't know the correlation, we do know that in this technological age, the impulsivity seems to be more and more common as kids are used to instant results. That also, I really want to emphasize that metacognition. We live in a very shallow culture in so many ways. We will have to teach kids to think about their thinking, and that's a really hard barrier when they're used to keeping it surface level. So as we move forward in this, I'm excited to learn about how we can integrate technology in a new way, in a really transformative way from each of you. And thanks for letting me share my thoughts. Thanks. Have a good day.